Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be tackling a topic that's making waves in the tech world.
Yeah,
It's the EU AI Act.
it's a big one.
AI is everywhere these days, and the EU is taking a bold step with this dedicated law.
It's true.
So whether you're a tech enthusiast or a concerned citizen or just curious about the future, this deep dive is for you.
Definitely.
We're going to break down what the EU AI Act means for you,
Yeah.
using excerpts from a fantastic guide called EU AI Act Explained.
That guide is a great starting point for sure.
Yeah.
It lays out the foundation for understanding this complex topic in a clear and concise way.
So our mission is to cut through the jargon and give you the key takeaways.
Exactly.
So what of this legislation?
Let's get into it.
Let's get started.
Okay.
First things first, why does AI even need rules?
Right.
It's just computers doing clever things right.
Well, AI has been a theoretical concept for a long time, but the speed at which it's become part of our everyday lives is astonishing.
It really is.
Think about facial recognition on your phone. AI-powered medical diagnoses, even self-driving cars,
Right.
all powered by rapidly evolving AI.
It's mind-blowing how fast things are changing.
It is.
But there must be downsides to all this AI magic, right?
You're absolutely right. There are valid concerns about potential negative impacts of AI, and that's precisely why regulation is crucial.
Okay.
The EU AI Act isn't about stifling innovation, it's about ensuring AI benefits society as a whole.
I see what you mean. It seems like the EU already has a reputation for strict tech rules. GDPR comes to mind.
Absolutely. The EU has a strong history of prioritizing consumer protection and data privacy.
Right.
The AI Act is less of a surprise and more of a continuation of their values-driven approach to technology.
So why a whole new act just for AI? Couldn't existing rules cover some of this?
That's a great question. The truth is, existing regulations, while important, weren't specifically designed to address the unique challenges posed by AI.
Okay.
AI presents novel issues like the potential for bias in algorithms and the complexity of AI decision-making. Those require a tailored legal framework.
All right, let's get to the heart of it. What's the EU AI Act actually trying to do?
At its core, the Act aims to make AI systems used in the EU safe, fair, and transparent.
Can you give us some real-world examples of what that might look like in practice?
Certainly. When it comes to safety, imagine an AI-powered medical device.
Okay.
The Act wants to ensure it's rigorously tested and proven reliable before it's used on patients.
That makes sense.
For fairness, think about AI used in hiring decisions.
Yeah.
The Act aims to prevent algorithms from discriminating against certain groups of people.
Right.
And for transparency, let's say an AI system is denying loan applications.
Okay.
The Act wants to ensure people understand why they were rejected and can challenge the decision if they believe it was unfair.
So if I'm understanding you correctly,
Yeah.
it definitely sounds like the Act takes a risk-based approach,
Yes,
meaning not all AI is treated the same way.
exactly. The EU AI Act recognizes that not all AI poses the same level of risk. A simple spam filter is very different from an AI system used for facial recognition or law enforcement, for instance.
Right. That makes sense. So it avoids over-regulating things that are low risk while still targeting the AI applications that could have a more significant impact.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about this high-risk AI. What makes something fall into that category under the Act?
The Act has specific criteria for what constitutes high-risk AI. It's all about the potential impact on fundamental rights, safety, and security.
Can you give us some specific examples? What kind of AI are we talking about here?
Think about systems like facial recognition used by law enforcement.
Okay.
AI making decisions about credit scores or algorithms used in healthcare to diagnose illnesses.
Got it.
These are all examples of AI systems that, if not developed and used responsibly, could have a significant negative impact on people's lives.
Okay, so those are the high-risk systems. Yeah. What about everything else? I mean, my spam filter isn't about to be outlawed, is it?
Don't worry, your spam filter is safe. The EU AI Act does categorize some AI as low risk or minimal risk, which are systems where the potential for harm is much lower.
All right, that's reassuring. Let's dive deeper into this risk categorization.
Yeah.
The guide we're using breaks it down into 4 levels, right?
Yes, it does.
Ready to explore those.
Let's do it. Absolutely. The EU AI Act outlines 4 risk categories: unacceptable risk, high risk, limited risk, and minimal risk.
Okay, unacceptable risk. Sounds pretty serious.
It is.
What kind of AI falls into that category? And what happens to systems that are deemed unacceptable?
Unacceptable risk is essentially the no-go zone for AI. These are systems considered to pose such a significant threat that they are banned outright.
So give us some examples. What kind of AI is so unacceptable that it's banned under the Act?
One example is AI systems designed for social scoring, where governments or corporations could use AI to rank citizens based on their behavior or social standing.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like something out of a dystopian sci-fi movie. I can see why the EU would want to ban that. What else is considered unacceptable risk?
Yeah. Another example is the use of real-time mass surveillance, using AI-powered facial recognition in public spaces.
Hmm.
The act recognizes the serious privacy concerns that come with this kind of technology.
Right, the idea of constant AI-powered surveillance is pretty unsettling. What else is on the ban list?
The use of AI for emotion recognition, specifically for deception detection, is also banned.
Really?
The act highlights the potential for misuse of this technology, especially in sensitive areas like job interviews or law enforcement.
It sounds like those unacceptable risk systems are pretty clear-cut.
They are.
But what about high-risk AI? It's not banned outright, but it sounds like it faces a lot of scrutiny.
You're right. High-risk AI systems are permitted, but they are subject to strict requirements and oversight.
Oh.
This category includes AI used in critical areas like healthcare, law enforcement, transportation, and financial markets. Basically, systems that can have a significant impact on people's lives.
It seems like the EU AI Act is trying to find a balance here, allowing for innovation while also putting safeguards in place to protect people.
Exactly. The Act recognizes that AI can bring tremendous benefits, but those shouldn't come at the expense of safety or fundamental rights. And that's where the contextual approach we mentioned earlier comes in.
Right, the idea that the same AI tech can be high risk in one context and low risk in another. Can you give us some examples of how that plays out in the real world?
Sure, let's take healthcare. An AI system used to diagnose cancer from medical images would be classified as high risk.
Yeah.
The stakes are incredibly high, and an error in diagnosis could have devastating consequences. The Act would require rigorous testing and validation for this type of system, along with clear protocols for human oversight.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
But what about a different healthcare scenario, like an AI-powered chatbot that answers basic health questions or schedules appointments?
That's a great example of where context matters. That type of chatbot, while helpful, wouldn't be making life or death decisions. It likely wouldn't be classified as high risk and would face fewer regulations.
So the same technology used in different ways can have different risk levels. It seems like the EU AI Act is trying to be nuanced, not just applying a blanket ban on all AI.
Precisely. And this nuanced approach is also reflected in the requirements for transparency and algorithmic accountability in those high-risk AI systems.
Okay, let's talk about those. Why are transparency and algorithmic accountability so important in the context of the EU AI Act?
Transparency is crucial because it ensures that people affected by AI decisions can understand how those decisions were made. Imagine you're denied a loan by an AI-powered system.
Okay.
Transparency means you have the right to know what factors the AI considered and how it arrived at its decision. This allows for accountability and gives individuals the opportunity to challenge decisions they believe are unfair.
That makes sense. What about algorithmic accountability? What does that mean in practice?
Algorithmic accountability focuses on ensuring that developers and deployers of AI systems are responsible for the decisions their systems make.
So they're like holding someone accountable.
Yes. This means having mechanisms in place to track and audit AI decisions, investigate potential errors, and provide explanations for why certain decisions were made.
So it's about making sure someone is responsible if things go wrong, right? It's not just, oh, well, the AI did it. We have no idea why.
Exactly. It's about holding developers and deployers accountable for the AI systems they create and ensuring those systems are used responsibly. Now, shifting gears a bit, we know that AI is fueled by data. What does the EU AI Act have to say about how data is handled in the development and deployment of AI systems?
That's a great question. Data governance seems like it would be a huge part of this whole conversation. AI might be the engine, but data is the fuel. And the EU AI Act does have a lot to say about how that fuel is handled.
You're absolutely right. The Act places a strong emphasis on data quality and security. It recognizes that biased or inaccurate data can lead to biased or inaccurate AI decisions, which can have serious consequences, especially in those high-risk areas we've been discussing.
But wait, isn't data privacy already covered by GDPR? Does the AI Act add anything new to that conversation?
While GDPR provides a solid foundation for data protection, the EU AI Act adds specific requirements for AI systems. It goes deeper into issues like transparency and data sourcing and the principles of data minimization and purpose limitation.
Can you break down some of those key points for us? For example, what about data sourcing?
Transparency and data sourcing is about knowing where the data used to train the AI comes from and understanding its limitations. The Act requires developers to be open about their data sources and to acknowledge any potential gaps in the data.
So it's about being upfront about where the data comes from and any potential issues with it. That makes sense.
What about data minimization?
Data minimization is the principle of collecting and using only the data that is absolutely necessary for the specific purpose of the AI system. It's about protecting privacy and limiting the potential for harm by not gathering excessive or irrelevant data.
So if an AI system is designed to recommend movies, it shouldn't be collecting data about my medical history or financial transactions. Exactly. Data minimization is about keeping data collection focused and purposeful. It's a core principle of both GDPR and the EU AI Act, and a good example of how the EU is taking a holistic approach to regulating AI, considering not just the technology, but also the data that fuels it.
Okay, so we've got rules for high-risk AI data requirements.
Right.
But what about the overall goals of the EU AI Act? Does it go beyond simply setting rules and regulations?
You're hitting on a really important point. The EU AI Act is not just about compliance, it's about fostering a culture of responsible AI development and use.
Oh.
It aims to guide the development and deployment of AI in a way that aligns with European values and benefits society as a whole.
So it's about setting a standard for ethical and responsible AI. But how does that translate into concrete actions? What are some of the key ways the Act tries to achieve these broader goals?
One way is by promoting research and innovation in trustworthy AI. The Act encourages the development of AI systems that are robust, reliable, and transparent.
Yeah.
It also supports initiatives to develop technical standards and guidelines for responsible AI development.
So it's not just about restricting harmful AI. It's also about actively promoting the development of AI that is beneficial and trustworthy. Are there any other specific measures the Act takes to encourage responsible AI?
Yes. The EU AI Act emphasizes the importance of collaboration and dialogue among stakeholders in the AI ecosystem. It encourages the establishment of sandboxes and testing environments where developers can experiment with new AI technologies in a controlled setting.
Uh-huh.
This allows for innovation while also mitigating potential risks.
That's a really interesting approach. It's like creating a space where developers can test the boundaries of AI while still having safeguards in place.
Yeah.
It sounds like the EU AI Act is trying to be proactive, not just reactive when it comes to regulating this rapidly evolving technology.
You've got it. The TACT is designed to be a forward-looking piece of legislation, anticipating future challenges and encouraging the development of AI in a way that benefits humanity while minimizing potential risks.
So the EU is setting a standard here with this comprehensive AI Act. But what about its impact beyond Europe? Are other countries paying attention to what the EU is doing?
Absolutely. The EU AI Act is being closely watched by policymakers and businesses around the world. It's seen as a potential model for AI regulation globally and is already influencing discussions about AI governance in other countries.
That's fascinating. So the EU AI Act could have a ripple effect shaping the way AI is regulated and used worldwide.
That's the hope. The EU is aiming to set a global standard for responsible AI, and its efforts will likely significantly impact the development and deployment of AI technologies worldwide.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've explored the key provisions of the EU AI Act, its risk-based approach, and the Act's focus on responsible data governance.
Right.
We've also looked at the potential global impact of this legislation. Now I have a question for you, and it's a big one. With AI evolving so rapidly, can any regulation truly keep up? And what role do we as individuals play in shaping the future of this powerful technology?
Those are the million-dollar questions. The EU AI Act is a bold step towards regulating AI, but it's just the beginning.
Right.
AI is constantly evolving, and the regulatory landscape will need to adapt as well.
So what you're saying is it's like a moving target.
Exactly. And that's where we as informed citizens come in.
Wait me. What can I do? It feels like this is all happening at such a high level, with governments and tech companies and international organizations involved.
Right.
How can one person make a difference?
It starts with awareness, just like we're doing in this deep dive. The more you understand about AI, its benefits and its potential impact, the better equipped you are to engage in conversations and advocate for responsible AI development.
So knowledge is power. But what can I actually do with that knowledge?
You can demand transparency from companies using AI. Ask questions about how AI is being used in the products and services you use, what data is being collected, and what steps are they taking to ensure fairness and address potential biases.
So I have a right to know how my data is being used and hold companies accountable. What else can I do?
Support organizations pushing for responsible AI development. There are many groups advocating for ethical AI, and your support can amplify their voices and potentially influence policy changes.
Right. There's power in numbers. If enough of us demand better from AI companies and governments, we'll have to listen.
I agree.
This deep dive has been really eye-opening. The EU AI Act feels like more than just rules. It's about shaping a future where AI is a force for good.
Exactly. The EU AI Act aims to ensure AI empowers us, not controls us. It's about working towards a future where AI is used responsibly for the benefit of all humankind.
This deep dive has given me a lot to think about. I'll definitely be checking out the resources in the show notes. For everyone listening, remember, the future of AI is in our hands. Let's make sure we shape it wisely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and until next time, stay curious, stay curious.